but that's it for inventions. Alchemy, another good solid trait that I really like. Um, invigorating speed. Um, I'm not going to go through all of these again, just because, for the sake of time and my own sanity. So I'm just going to go over the ones that I'm taking for this build. I'm taking Blood Injection here, because you gain condition damage based on your vitality. And just that extra little boost to condition damage is always going to be a nice thing. If you're running elixirs, potent elixirs, and fast-acting elixirs are also two must-haves, and they're in the alchemy trait line. Let's see, I've got Backpack Regenerator, which is regenerate health every second when using a kit. So that pretty much means that whenever I'm using my toolkit or my bomb kit, I haven't tried it with the elixir gun yet, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't pop the regen for that. But it is really nice to have extra regen when I'm in my bomb kit. As far as the Grandmaster traits go, experimental turrets are something that you can mess around with. Turrets apply boons to allies around them. So that might be something you can run with elite, with your what is it? Elite turrets or elite supply crate, the one that that doubles everything that's dropped in the supply crate would be very good with experimental turrets. But lastly, for tools or your ferocity trait line, I don't take anything in here, but that doesn't mean that you can't. Basically, this is the mixed bag kind of one here. For the engineer, it's really a mix of everything. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to go ahead and take forceful explosives here, because it's something that's gonna help us. So
getting healthy.
You can see the explosion radius here is pretty big. That's a pretty big radius for you. So once I hit 80 here in the next day, I will be getting elixir infused bombs, and I will probably be streaming in World vs. World to see, so you guys can see exactly how that works. So we will check that out at a later date when I get to level 80, probably tomorrow. But that's pretty much it for the engineer. As far as everything goes, I mean, they're pretty good at healing. They're pretty good at condition damage, and they're pretty good at just straight up damage. However, they're not great at anything, except for being unpredictable. In PvE, engineers are pretty good just because of their turrets. It works a lot like the Ritualist in Guild Wars Factions. If you ever played the Ritualist and you liked the Ritualist, then this is probably the closest thing to a Ritualist in Guild Wars 2. The next best thing, or the next closest, I'd probably have to say would be the Guardian, just because of all the protection and all of that stuff here. Let's see here. What else? Oh yes, the weapons. For the weapons, I'm not really quite sure what I'm gonna go with yet. I might do a Dire pistol. And I might do an Apothecary's or a Cleric's style shield. That all depends. For the sigils, probably gonna go with superior sigils if I can afford them. And I'll probably do superior sigil of life and one of restoration. It's a pretty solid combo, and for the engineer, for healing, it's just going to make it slightly better. You could also go for a sigil of corruption as well. I think it's corruption at least. Is it the same thing that I'm running here? Yes. Sigil of corruption, superior sigil of corruption actually, on the pistol would be okay. As well. Keep in mind that this isn't exactly a PvE or a PvP style build. This is more of a world versus world style of build here. So just keep that in mind. It does work relatively well for PvE content and especially dungeons, but for PvP, this type of build probably isn't your best bet with the engineer. You'd probably be happier running a slightly more defensive turret build in structured or team-based PvP than you would in world versus world. But let's see. Only got 26 laurels, so I only need 4 more. As far as crafting goes, as you can see, I couldn't really care less about crafting. The lifetime survivor deal, I've almost got it. I'm almost there, guys. I just need a couple more experience without dying. Which means that, yeah. I definitely died a lot in World vs. World today, so I pretty much have to start over with that, but it is pretty impressive that I even got that far. That's about it for the engineer, really. I guess I could go over some of the healing skills, since I don't think I really did that justice. As far as the healing skills go, if you're running an Elixir build, obviously Elixir H gonna be your best bet there. It's actually a really solid healing skill. It's a good spike heal for you. What's also another good healing skill, a good alternative to your healing turret is Medkit. And this is because you get a solid amount of healing from F1 here, and you also get a pretty good amount of healing from your bandages. The only problem with it is that you have to then now drop the bandages and then run over them, so that you have 3 of them that you can use. So you can, you know, throw them like that and roll into them, or whatever. So you can definitely do that, and then you get your spike heal here, and then your heal over time with the elixir gun healing mist. I did unfortunately spent the skill points here on on AED. Get away from me. So AED, it only lasts 5 seconds, and it then heals you for 4,433. But the really crappy thing about this, okay, is that now you don't have a healing skill for 40 seconds. You can use it, you know, static shock, but you know, that's not nearly enough to redeem the skill. I mean, AED is just an awful healing skill. If you found a way to make it work, please let me know. And this guy is just okay. I don't know how long it's gonna take him to realize I'm not playing the costume brawl. So for this, you also have antitoxin spray. Now this is a decent skill to have as well. It heals you per condition removed, but what it also does here is it gives you a packaged antitoxin, which you throw onto the ground, and you convert poison, toxic pollen, confusion, and torment into regen, which is pretty solid if you're running into a whole bunch of those condition spamming torment necros. So that's another solid healing skill to have. It's only on a 30-second cooldown, so it's not like you're going to be waiting for forever for the skill to recharge so you can heal yourself. But I would still definitely recommend either Elixir H, antitoxin spray, and healing turret as your main healing skills, depending on what your build is, and how you want to build up your character. Oh yeah, and a med kit as well is another really solid skill that you've got there. So that's it for the engineer. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you're on YouTube, leave a like or a comment in the section below. And if you're on Twitch, I'm sorry, I'm new to Twitch, so I don't really know if you can leave a comment, but if you can or you want to leave a comment for me on Twitch, please do so. If you have pointers for the next video, or the next stream that I'm going to do, then please let me know. I can't really get any better without input from you guys.